A new leader to be named for Pittsburgh's police force after more than a year without a chief.
Who is expected to lead the city's force and why his name may sound familiar.
For your money, more text scams than ever, how Gen Z is being hit the hardest, and the one thing you can do right now to protect your cash. Paul Skeens becomes the first Pirates pitcher to win the Cy Young Award in decades, but says he'd rather make the postseason.
I've thought about this over the past month. I would trade in a heartbeat.
His reaction to the honor and expectations for the 2026 season.
Pittsburgh's Action News 4 this morning starts now.
Skeens was the one we all expected and hoped would happen, so it's nice to see he got those honors. Thanks so much for joining us here at 6 o'clock on this Thursday morning.
I was just sitting here thinking, we're 2 weeks away from Thanksgiving. It is sneaking up on us in a big, big way.
I gotta buy a turkey. All right, Elena, Ashley.
I can't believe it is 2 weeks away. Yeah. That is true. Luckily, as you're starting this Thursday morning off, all is quiet and calm on our roadways.
Yeah, and not much to worry about with the exception of maybe some sun glare later in the morning, as we are going to have sunshine today. It has been so gloomy. I don't know about you guys, but it really affects my mood. I can't handle all the cloud cover, even though I grew up around here. But overall, we got the sunshine on tap today. It is going to be a little breezy through the afternoon. We're going to see these winds gusting up to 25 miles per hour, so it'll still keep a chill to the air. But overall, it shouldn't be too bad when we got that sunshine out there. Mild through the weekend, talking low 60s into Saturday. And rain will move in for the weekend. The worst of it looks around 8 o'clock Saturday night till about 2 a.m. early Sunday. So the bulk of the heavy rain coming when we don't have a lot of the football games going on. 36 degrees, feels like it's 30 with a very light wind right now out of the west. 31 is your real feel in Monroeville, 27 in Greensburg, 25 Waynesburg, feels like it's 30 waking up in Newcastle, 36 in Clarion, 35 right now in Beaver. Here's the breakdown today. Grab the sunglasses, still need the coats. It's still going to be a little chilly. 50 degrees for a high today with those winds gusting up to 25. Still going to feel like we're in the low to mid 40s, but overall, I will be timing out this rain in just about 15 minutes and help you break down your Saturday, especially if you're going to the Pitt game or any playoff football games as we get into Saturday night. Elena.
That's the info we need, Ashley. Thank you. Pittsburgh's Action Traffic off to a great start this morning. You're seeing lots of green on this flow map, and happy to tell you we are accident and incident free. So let's get up to Sam Hall, who is in Sky 4, Pittsburgh's only news chopper. Sam, since we are accident free, I'm curious what you're going to show us now.
Well, we're going to take a look at the Homestead Grace Bridge. Maybe a little Christmas decorations going on over here already. Happy day before Friday, Ellen. As we get started, it's a fantastic ride across the Homestead Grace Bridge, all the way up Browns Hill and all the way to Squirrel Hill or the Parkway East. And yes, the Christmas decorations, the Christmas tree, already out over here. It comes oh so very quickly. Elena.
Oh, I love that. I figured if we don't have accidents to talk about, hopefully you're showing us something beautiful, and you always pull through. All right, here's Live Drive 4 right now. We are on 279, traveling in the southbound direction. As always, a very quiet ride on 279. Things will not start to pick up for at least a couple of hours if that's your route into town. Tunnel times, not bad. Changing colors just slightly on the Parkway West, but still sitting at just a 3-minute ride from Carnegie. And Route 28 is climbing ever so slightly. We're now at 11 minutes, Turnpike to Veterans Bridge.
Thanks, Elena. Today, we expect Pittsburgh Mayor-elect Corey O'Connor to officially announce his pick for the next police chief in the city of Pittsburgh. If you think about it, it's been more than a year since the department has had a permanent chief.
Pittsburgh's Action News 4's Lily Coleman joins us live from downtown. Lily, sources tell us the new chief will be former Pittsburgh Police Commander Jason Lando.
Yes, you're exactly right. Good morning to you both. Sources telling Pittsburgh's Action News 4 that update last night. Of course, the official announcement is expected to come a little later this afternoon. So as for what we know about Jason Lando, one of the biggest takeaways here is that he is familiar with the city of Pittsburgh. That is something that was very important to Mayor-elect Corey O'Connor. That's something really that he said he was going to stress when searching for this new police chief. He wanted someone who knows the city of Pittsburgh. Now, Lando currently serves as the police chief in Frederick, Maryland, but like you mentioned, he previously spent more than 21 years with the Pittsburgh Bureau of Police as a commander. He was among 3 finalists when current Mayor Ed Gainey launched a nationwide search for a police chief, which eventually culminated in Gainey instead choosing Larry Scarato in 2023. Now, Scarrato would step down less than 2 years later to ref college basketball full-time, and that would start a real period of turnover within the top spot of the department. In a For the Record interview before the election, O'Connor stressed the importance of stability when it comes to the police force.
There's no stability in the police force anymore. So I think you want somebody that understands Pittsburgh. I don't want to do a national search wasting taxpayers' money to find somebody from, the middle of the country who takes a year to even figure out how to get around our city. So you want somebody that has the ability to understand our streets, understand our officers, understand the situation they're walking into.
Now, something else that is worth noting here, according to our partners at the Trib, when selected with his nomination, Lando is expected to be the first police chief candidate to be interviewed under oath by City Council. This is something that was implemented by council members after former Chief Scarrato, because they felt that Scarrato was less than honest about his intentions to referee while serving as the city's police chief. So that is something new moving forward that will be implemented with this new chief. As for that announcement, it is expected to happen this afternoon at 1:30. We, of course, will have full coverage for you both on air and online at WTAE.com. Covering Allegheny County live from downtown, I'm Lily Coleman, Pittsburgh's Action News 4.
Thank you, Lily. The longest government shutdown in American history is now over. Wednesday night, President Trump signed the funding bill after the House passed the short-term budget, mostly along party lines.
Washington correspondent Rachel Hersheimer joins us live from the Capitol on this. All right, when could we start to see the programs people rely on resume?
Michelle and Janelle, the USDA says those delayed SNAP benefits for some states will be paid out as soon as tonight, and airlines are also reporting they will resume operations to full capacity before Thanksgiving. This all comes after President Trump signed that bill ending the shutdown. Last night, the House passed the legislation the Senate passed on Monday. Nearly all Democrats opposed the measure because it did not include their health care demands to extend enhanced tax credits that lower the cost of coverage. They expire at the end of the year. Now, Republicans argue that's a separate policy fight for another time. Now, this 43-day shutdown caused significant financial stress for federal workers who went without paychecks, caused travelers to be stranded in airports, and generated long lines at food banks.
Today, we're sending a clear message that we will never give in to extortion, because that's what it was. They tried to extort, the Democrats tried to extort our country.
That's been the Republican philosophy. Jam your extremism down the throats of the American people. That's what we've seen from day one of this presidency. That's the reason why the government has been shut down.
Now, this bill funds the government through January with a longer-term funding for other agencies. The deal also reverses the Trump administration's mass layoffs of federal workers and guarantees them back pay. On Capitol Hill, Rachel Hersheimer, Pittsburgh's Action News 4.
Well, this morning, Pennsylvania has a new state budget. After 134 days, Governor Josh Shapiro signed the $50 million deal yesterday.
Pittsburgh's Action News 4 reporter Ava Rash joins us live from Mount Washington. Ava, we know that this impacted so many communities when it comes to the funding, including schools and social services.
Yeah, you're exactly right. You know, in this bipartisan $50 billion budget, a majority of that money is going towards social services, like you were talking about, and public schools. So in the deal, new authorized funds would account for about $2.5 billion or 5%. It protects 100% of the state's rainy day fund and leaves us with $8 billion in reserves. Some highlights of the bipartisan budget include new tax credits for lower income earners, stabilize utility rates, and investment in public schools, which Governor Shapiro talked about.
It offers mental health services in our schools and fixes our school infrastructure. And for the third year in a row, this budget also directs more dollars to the schools that need them most through what we call the adequacy formula.
And coming up in our next half hour, you'll hear from Governor Josh Shapiro about how the NFL draft will have an economic impact on the state. For now, covering Allegheny County live on Mount Washington, Ava Rash, Pittsburgh's Action News 4.
All right, Ava. Today is a holiday tradition for Starbucks. It's Red Cup Day. But thousands of Starbucks workers are set to strike today. And this morning we are learning new details about a rally that's planned for this afternoon. The rally is set for 4 p.m. in more than a dozen cities. Here in Pittsburgh, workers will gather outside the Starbucks on Forbes Avenue in Oakland. They're asking for better pay, more hours, and more predictable schedules. Turning to Pittsburgh's South Side and a new food pantry in the Arlington neighborhood. The Arlington Eagle Food Pantry will be an expansion to Arlington Pre-K through 8's current clothing pantry. It'll offer families food, hygiene products, clothing, and other essential household items. There will be a ribbon cutting later on this afternoon. Turning now to baseball, a tremendous honor for Paul Skenes.
That's right. Skenes won the Cy Young Award for the National League last night.
And just as he is dominant on the mound, Skenes won the Cy Young in dominant fashion as well, as he received all 30 first place votes.
I have the Cy Young now. What else do I have to accomplish in this game? World Series championship. So we just got to get everybody pushing in the same direction. I think it's going to be better next year, but talk is cheap. We have to show up and do it.
Hasn't happened often in Pirates history as Skenes joins just Vernon Law and Doug Drabek as the only Pirates to win a Cy Young Award. Here's more from him now as he says Pirate fans deserve a winning team.
I personally love that if we're losing, the fans don't show up in the same numbers. It's not like Chicago or St. Louis. Like, if you want fans, you got to win, and they deserve it.
Now the Pirates have an opportunity to build around Skenes as he's the headliner, the centerpiece of a pitching staff that has the look of a staff that could be great for years to come. But how do they supplement that with quality offensive players is the question.
As soon as I saw Doug Drabek, and I was like, Skenes won it, right?
right, with Drabek doing the announcement,
Yes. So that was great. Congratulations.
Interesting comments about next season, though.
Yes.
He's speaking up.
He is starting to speak up. Yeah.
All right, time to get a look at the forecast now.
6:11 right now. Ashley, we were looking in some of the live shots this morning. You can see everyone's hair kind of blowing around. It's a windy start to the day.
Yeah, we're going to be dealing with these breezy conditions through the afternoon, so we'll keep that chill to the air. 36 degrees. Winds aren't too bad right now, but Janelle's right. It's going to pick up today, and you're going to feel it, keeping that chill through the afternoon, even though we'll peak near 50. But lots of sunshine expected for the day. We are expecting sunshine through the afternoon and evening.
Nobody's timid. We're going to go out there and we're going to go dominate.
The Pitt Panthers ready to take the national stage, looking for a statement win this weekend.